Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of Reforge Gaming, talking about the 90% player base drop in Elden Ring. Ooh, what's this mean? What is happening, and why is this being reported on? We're going to be discussing it this morning, looking at one of the articles that actually ran this story and sort of giving context as to why we think this game mushroomed to such a high degree and has dropped so significantly. If you like these discussions and breakdowns, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button. This is a live channel, so you may be watching the past broadcast. I do give you all the information right here at the front of the video. That way you can get whatever you're looking for. And then we break everything down. If you're watching on TikTok as well, we love the interaction, daily breakdowns of gaming news. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, follow the profile, and all those things. That way you don't miss the live streams. This is a Reforge update. Elden Ring has seen a 90% loss of its players, and this is being reported on, and why? Does it really matter, or is this normal? What could be some of the causes for such a big player reduction? If you like these quick videos, hit subscribe and the bell button. That way you don't miss my uploads, or check me out on Reforge Gaming, where you can watch my live streams. So xputer.com reported on this. We actually covered this on our other channel, Reforge Radio, because we just cover quick news segments, but I thought it was worthy of a more lengthy conversation. This is what they had to say. While Elden Ring is still going strong, having recently reached the milestone of more than 13 million copies of the game sold around the world, it is starting to show signs of decline of interest from the players, which can be seen when you use the Steam storefront, according to the Steam database. Now, consider this, though, that the Steam charts don't show PlayStation or Xbox, but typically can be a barometer of the popularity of a game. Blows up at the beginning and then tends to decline. Why did this game hit such insane heights? Well, I'll talk about that near the end of this video, but you can also look at the sales. 13 million copies is very, very good for a FromSoft game in its initial launch. Now, look at the insane numbers that they had at launch. According to this report, Elden Ring has had a steady decline in the number of concurrent players. After launch, it reached an all-time concurrent player peak of 952,000 players. So close to 1 million for a single-player FromSoftware game. That is actually incredible if you think about it. That is a lot of people playing a game of this type. Many people thinking that FromSoftware games are niche are starting to see that that's not true. Never really has been true, and it certainly isn't true anymore. But they have seen a steady decline. It has had that decline since that launch month, with the current number of concurrent players in the 90,000s, between 90 and 100,000 players, which is actually still really good. However, this doesn't mean, now to their credit, xputer did say the following: this does not mean the game is doing badly. The current amount of concurrent players is quite close to the all-time, isn't quite close, at 99,000, but is still very good. 100,000 players at a given time playing a single-player FromSoftware game is actually very impressive. So what do we make of this? What's to be made here? First and foremost, it needs to be said that this is primarily, for many people, a single-player game. I know there's co-op, I know there's PvP, but for many people, this was a single-player adventure for them. The RPG elements, the open world, the exploration, and they might be done. They may have walked away. Maybe they got one or two plays and they're not playing anymore. Also, it attracted a lot of new players that may have not gotten very far. They may have tried for a couple of days and just said, you know what, this isn't for me. It's my first FromSoft game and it's a little bit too challenging. Opening numbers were just simply not sustainable. You're never going to stay close to 1 million players at a given time, even for the most popular games. Even MMOs that we've seen struggle to maintain their opening launch numbers. Now, some games do have that slow growth and uptick over time, but typically what you see with games like this is they will have those blast out opening numbers because everybody's been waiting, and then there's a steady decline after. Even now, the numbers are actually impressive for the game type, a game that many people play by themselves, a game that's been out for a while, and a game that's significantly challenging. You're not going to see tons and tons of people playing every day and maintaining close to 100,000 concurrent players. That's just on Steam, by the way. That's not including the PlayStation platform or Xbox. That's actually pretty impressive. DLC will also be a great indicator of how many people will come surging back, buy DLC, and jump back in the player pool. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Always feel free to check out Reforge Gaming, where we live stream and discuss these things. As always, hit subscribe and the bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see the rest of you right now. Good morning, good afternoon, happy From Friday to you. We hit like 100 viewers on TikTok. We never hold them. I try to acknowledge them and say like, hey, thanks for being here. You know, I know TikTok's meant to be like highly interactive and like looking at the camera and like doing things. And this is kind of one of those shows, but kind of not. Thank you so much, Mythrax, for hitting a 9-month milestone, renewing your membership. I wonder how the sales of Elden Ring impacted previous Soulsborne games. Did Elden Ring give people an in to play the others? We're seeing many of the news outlets say, hey, check out this game, check out that game, you know, pushing people toward all the various games that are out there. Mainly Demon Souls seems to be the one that they are gravitating toward. I don't know if that's simply because they want, you know, they just want something to write, or do they actually honestly think that the Demon Souls would be the best inroad. I think Dark Souls 3 would be a good inroad as well, if you enjoyed Elden Ring, because I think Dark Souls 3 is really enjoyable. People will come back for DLC. While we won't be at 900K, around 500 to 600. You think it'll be about 500,000? That's pretty high. I mean, I don't know if I would go that high. I was gonna guess 300 to 400. But if you're going all the way up to double that, it's gonna obviously depend on, I think, the type of the DLC. It'll also depend on when the DLC lands. Is it gonna compete with other things? If it lands in that fourth quarter, is that gonna be a challenge? Keep in mind all the various ways you can support the channel. It's a brand new day, so make sure you're on live chat so people can see what, you know, you can see what everybody's saying. Smash that like button. Give us our first 100 likes. My Venom shirt comes from the Venom collection over at 80s Tees. You can always get 30% off at 80stees.com. If you use my code, use code LONO, L-O-N-O. And the first order of coffee today, I'm going to print right away. You're going to get printed and shipped today because we only got one order yesterday, and literally the label's sitting on the printer. I'm going to throw that sucker back through and print the first coffee order of the day. So whoever is the first to come through, this is going to be a first come, first serve deal anytime this happens. And we really appreciate those coffee orders. Don't forget, tonight is a members only stream with my wife. We're still working on getting 600 members to make her play Elden Ring for a members-only stream. We need about 80 more members to do that. So if you've never done a membership on YouTube, consider doing that. You can click the join button or type !join in the chat, or there's a link below to become a member. $5 a month gets you into extra content every week, as well as new features coming for members. You will be able to make my wife and I play different games on Friday nights as well. We'll do that in the Discord for members, but we're thinking tier 2 or higher. So more info on that next week, but for now, just help us hit those milestones and do all the things, sell the coffee, etc. Thank you so much for being here as well. The people over on TikTok, Uncle Brada, Night Gamer, and Meat Churro. Good morning. Thank you for watching Reforge TV here on all the various places. Did somebody already do it? There it is. There it is. Somebody cracked off a sale that fast. A bag of light roast to Sven. Sven's like, I'll take that action. I will take that action, says Sven. Thank you for doing that, Sven. I like doing that. I'm like, you know what? We got an odd number. Let's give the first order a quick print, and then it'll be out there. My wife will finish her workout. She'll see the labels. The kiddos will bag it up. My daughter has thrown down the gauntlet, and she keeps asking me about it. She's like, did you tell them that if they order multiple bags of coffee, they'll get multiple drawings? She's going to do more drawings for you if you do if you do that. If you give her multiple. Sony live video podcast. Shut up, Hilly. That Photoshop is so obnoxious. Yeah, but my daughter gets it, man. She gets it. She's like, listen. She got on me too. She's like, did you tell them? Did you tell them that if they order, they're gonna get more pictures? And I was like, yeah, I told them. And she was kind of like, well, did they order? I was like, well, no, they didn't. It didn't break her heart. It didn't break her heart. She's got good resolve. She's got good resolve. Give me 1 second. All right, Sven, that's going to be the fastest email anybody's ever got. It's going to be the fastest email anybody's ever got for ordering coffee. Thank you, sir. She gets it. Yeah, she gets the value add. She gets the value add. Even at her age. Even at her age. She gets the whole value add. How to add that value. How to add it. Why is this trending? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, what do you guys make of this? What do you make of the Elden Ring player loss? Is it a big deal? Is it to be expected? Is this attributed to its commercial success? Is it attributed to its broader appeal? More people played it? I mean, almost 1 million players is the record on Steam. What rock group has 4 men but don't sing? Oh, is this like a riddle? What rock group has 4 men but don't sing? I know that's a riddle, chat. I'm being given a riddle on TikTok, and I don't know the answer to the riddle. We need 14 more likes for the first 100 likes. Let's do this. Elden Ring, are you still playing? Yes. No. Never did. Elden Ring, are you still playing? Yes, no, or never did. Let me take Sven's order out to the couch so it doesn't get missed. 1 second. I'm playing, but mostly... Oh, Mount Rushmore. Oh, okay. We got a morning riddle from somebody over there, Spencer, on TikTok. There's your answer, Mount Rushmore. I was stumped. I was like, I don't know. My daughter every once in a while will like have jokes and puns like that. And she's like, how'd you know the answer? And I'm like, because I'm really smart. Good morning, feed. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome everybody into From Friday here on Reforge Gaming. Every Friday we talk about a FromSoftware game, which obviously right now that's Elden Ring. We will be continuing my Elden Ring no summon run this afternoon after this stream. We will also be going over to Reforge Radio for the Reforge Roundtable. Ginger Prime, 30 and So Gaming. We got a lot to talk about. There was a lot of things that happened this week. I think 30's talking about Marvel games. I'm talking about PlayStation, and Ginger's talking about Square Enix. And they're blocking third-party apps for their games. So, full day of content for you. And tonight is a members-only stream with my wife, who wants to be the first new member of the day. I only stopped playing as I wanted to play Resident Evil 8. We'll be getting back into Elden Ring as soon as I finish. Let's see here. Morning, Lono. Good morning, Dylan. I'm playing, says Crowded House, but I took a break because I'm slightly overwhelmed. I need large chunks of time to sit down with it. Just beat Elden Beast for the first time. Congratulations, Jason. Can't expect people that didn't beat the game as DLC potential customers. Right. That means... I think you're going to see Steam bump up into the 200 to 300,000s, maybe a little bit more for the DLC. Do you still play Tiny Tina? My wife and I put Tiny Tina down because I played through the opener 3 times. I did it for a first look video, I did it for you guys, and then I played the game with her. So we set it down. I was like, I need to take a break if we're going to play this game exhaustively, because we were going to play all the way through on 2 separate screens in the living room. And we've been working our way through Star Trek The Next Generation, which has been really enjoyable in the evening. So we haven't quite had time to play, but we will loop back around to it. Chris Lunn with the first brand new membership of the day. Welcome in, Chris. Thank you so much. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. You're dope and deserve dope stuff. Hopefully you enjoy the Madam stream this evening. We'll be playing Escape Room Simulator. It should be hilarious because if you watch me and Hilly play it in the past, it's actually a really good little game, and she'll be assisting me. Well, maybe she'll be probably solving them for me, but I'll be on the mouse and the keyboard, and she'll be on the mic, and we'll be trying to solve these escape rooms together. It's really, really fun. Make sure if you're a member, you kind of have to check the channel or the community tab. It's not going to shove members-only content in front of you. You got to be kind of good to do that on your own, or make sure your bell button's set to notify you, okay? We've had some people say, like, I couldn't find the member stuff. I put all the member stuff front and center on the channel when we're doing members-only content, and I do a community post for members, so hopefully nobody misses tonight. It's the usual thing for FromSoftware games to have DLC. Yes, except for like what, Sekiro, right? Did Bloodborne have DLC? Didn't they do something with those dungeons, I thought? I can't stress this enough, says Butters. I feel like if you don't have 1 to 2 hours, it's not even worth booting up in Elden Ring. The only thing that's worth to do in under 2 hours, Butters, is if you're willing to use the interactive map on the internet and then go back to areas and clear them out. Like, go back and get your stone swords, go back and get your dungeons, go back and get your tiers and stuff like that. Like, that would be the thing I would recommend to people. If you don't have a ton of time, grab the live interactive map and go back to an area and clear it. You're going to be really strong. It's not going to be stressful. You'll be whooping on everything. And go get all that stuff, right? I hope your Star Trek stamina stays strong. Strange New Worlds has been really good. My wife and I can do that. We can absolutely just take a series and just plow through it. We did it with Sherlock. We did it with Elementary. We did it with Lost. We like to rewatch Lost every once in a while. I love that show. And so, yeah, the Star Trek is an absolute monster. I think when we finish Next Generation, I don't know if we're going to go like Voyager and Deep Space Nine and like all of those. We may do the Star Trek movies and then jump to Strange New Worlds. And then when we want a little bit more, we might go to the other shows. I just don't know. I don't know. It might be best to just save Strange New Worlds as like a wonderful dessert when we finish just the monsoon of content that's already there. FromSoftware's parent company want to invest more in From and in Elden Ring, so yes, DLC is guaranteed. I had theories before this game came out that they were going to be doing live service. I had theories that everybody hated and shot down. So, but after I played the game, I walked my theories back. I was like, I just don't know. The map is so big, it would take a really, really long time, right? Deep Space Nine's not bad. You get more Worf. You get more Worf and O'Brien, right? The guy who runs the transporter room. O'Brien continues into Deep Space Nine, I thought, but he's always sort of minor. But yeah, I like Worf. Sekiro had DLC. You get to fight bosses in a Coliseum type thing for new outfits, but no story DLC. Right. I put 200 hours into Elden with 2 clears, 1 New Game Plus clear, and I platinumed it. New Game Plus was too easy. Scaling is off. Yeah, New Game Plus, I stopped. I beat Radon. I hit Radon 7 times, and I was like, this is stupid. And I started a brand new game. That's the Elden Ring no summon run. That's what we're doing when we're done with this talk show today, and that's been really fun. We're about to fight the big crazy bull crystal guy that you like jump up to. East Coast Overlord with a $5 tip through Super Chat. Morning, waiting on my Steam Deck to play Elden Ring. Optimization is reported to be better on Linux. I'm expecting greatness. Slap that like, chat. Thank you, East Coast Overlord. As we sail to 300 viewers, guys, slap the like button and consider becoming a member. For $5 a month, you get 2 extra streams a week, and one of those is with my wife. And once a month, one of those streams is Community Game Night. You're really going to want to be a part of Community Game Night next month, because big announcement. Next month, on the 24th, Fall Guys, it'll be on every platform for free, except for mobile. Every platform for free, cross-play, and Hilly is returning to Friday night for that night. For Community Game Nights, he's going to try and come back once a month. So, another great reason to become a member. We'll be playing and shoutcasting and drinking and laughing. I'm sure it will be well worth your time. Again, make sure if you're a member, you check the channel every Friday night, because it's tough to notify you. After the Next Generation, you have to watch Voyager to get the gist of Picard. I quit New Game Plus after beating Margit with a couple comet incantations. Not fun. Waiting on DLC after 200 hours of gameplay. I need the casting desk for sure. I don't think we're going to do the casting desk. I don't think we'll do that. I don't like doing that. It's so much work. It's so much work. It's so much work. Yo, Expree, how are you, my man? Fall Guys with Hilly sold. What's good, Toasty? The Return of the King. That's right. He agreed during yesterday afternoon's member stream. He checked it, double checked with his lady, and he's like, he got approval. Awesome the first play, completely throw away the second. It really is a bunch of filler, says Eugene. I don't think I'll ever start a new character. I'll have no desire to unlock the map again. I actually like doing that. One of my favorite things with the Elden Ring map is just clearing it. You know what I mean? I just love it. I love going out and getting the dungeons and finding the things, especially if you're working on a new build. If you're working on a new build, I especially enjoy that. I think it's very, very good. Elden Ring is still a top 10 played game on Steam for a mainly single-player game. That's impressive. Seems like a non-story. Well, I mean, we had to cover something, Lewis, and so I basically said, here's what people are saying. I said, and here's my take. I'm giving my take on the player loss, and I think the game is still absolutely kicking like a ninja. It is just absolutely just killing it. 100,000 daily player peaks is just insane. That's just super, super impressive. Keep in mind, that's just Steam. If there's close to 100, if there's even close to 100,000 PlayStation players playing every day, as well as Xbox, I mean, that's just absolutely bonkers. You know, even if like Xbox is 50,000 and PlayStation is hitting like 75,000 player peaks, that's insane to me. That means over 200,000 people at a given time are still playing Elden Ring. That's ridiculous. That's so good for a single. I know it's not a single player game for many people, but for a game that for many folks is primarily single player, it's just absolutely killer numbers. Couldn't agree more. People that are new to the series aren't familiar with the ebbs and flows of the Souls player base. Every game is going to do that. Like, and I want you to think about something. The reason that they can say a 90% player drop is because the game hit a peak of almost 1 million players at a given time on Steam. That's just on Steam. They clearly had over 1 million people playing at a given time when it launched, because they were like 50,000 short on Steam. They got that. They got that. There was easily 300,000 or 400,000 people playing at a given time on Xbox, and probably 500,000 to 600,000 playing, maybe even more on PlayStation. Maybe even more. Can confirm I'm getting into PvP fight clubs on Xbox consistently. You're still getting in. There you go. See? Tons of people are still playing on the other platforms. You can only play a game so much before you need to play something else. For sure. For sure. And right now we're playing Elden Ring once, maybe twice a week. I'm working on a no summon game run. What are they calling it? Elden Ring no summon run, I think is what people are calling it. If 1 million were on PC, more were on PlayStation. You think that more were on PlayStation? The game sold more on PlayStation than anywhere else? Well, there you go. There you go. I mean, they're killing it. That means that they're absolutely killing it. There's no doubt in my mind that the DLC will be just absolutely insanely successful. I'm telling you, my theories about this game getting live service treatment, I don't know. I'm not saying that it's still likely. I'm not saying that it's still likely, but it certainly has a better chance. Certainly has a better chance with how many it's sold and how many people are still playing it. Absolutely incredible. I love that we're covering player loss, and we've got like 90% player loss on the thumbnail, and people are going to be coming in, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This game is absolutely crushing it. This is not a story. The story is, this is the story. The story is that Elden Ring is an absolute champion. That's the story. I'm combing over the world, trying to complete as much as I can before moving on to New Game Plus. Greg, I strongly recommend doing what you're doing. Just keep going. I mean, obviously, do whatever the heck you want, but my recommendation is to keep doing what you're doing. Bring on Elden Ring 2. Can't wait for DLC. Oh, when we get DLC, I don't know who I'm going to want to play with more, Barrier, because I bet you I'll be done with my no summon run by the time we get DLC. So I'll have my no summon run player, and then I'll have my insane New Game Plus guy that we built. Like, that guy's nuts. That build that we came up with is so stupid. So I'm like, I don't know who I'm going to want to play with. I honestly don't. I don't know who I'm going to want to play with. All the PvP players complain about? Oh, the netcode. Yeah. Diaz is super far behind saying Rushmore. He is not watching the live stream. If you're just tuning in and you've never been here before, every Friday is From Friday. I am a Safe for Work broadcaster. We do a talk show in the mornings. Sometimes we do 2 talk shows, and then we roll over to gameplay. Here on Reforge Gaming, we are topic driven. We pick a topic, we debate it and discuss it for a couple of hours. Sometimes we then go to another stream with another topic. But every Friday is From Friday. So we've been covering Elden Ring and playing Elden Ring. I'm working on an Elden Ring no summon run in the afternoon, so we'll switch over to that when we're done with this discussion. We also have another channel called Reforge Radio that's all about gaming news. So here we pick like one thing. Radio is like, here's like 7 news stories back to back to back. It makes sure that you don't miss anything. And today on Reforge Radio is the Reforge Roundtable, a weekly podcast with 2 friends of mine, Ginger Prime and 30 and Still Gaming. Make sure you stick with us for the day on Friday. It is full. It is full. We got From Friday goodness, you got the Reforge Roundtable, and then you got Friday night with my wife, drinks and laughs tonight. That is members only, so consider becoming a member if you want to be a part of that this evening. We're playing Escape Simulator. It's an escape room simulator. It's wonderful. Super cool little puzzle game. She's going to be helping me. I'll need her help, because the more I drink, the worse I play. I'm looking forward to trying a mage type, says Greg. Funny thing, I didn't realize Comet Azure was hold down the button and drain FP into blast of insane damage until my son said, Dad, I think you can hold down the button. Jimmy, that is so funny. We were playing the Overcooked 2. So my wife and I were playing Overcooked 2, and so were my kiddos. And my wife and I obviously got way ahead of my kids because, you know, we're adults and we're better at video games to a certain degree. Overcooked 2 has these wave-based levels where these things are coming and attacking, and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. I'm like, babe, we literally can't go any faster than we're going, and we're losing every time. My kids instinctively were repairing the walls. You can repair the walls in between the waves, and I was like, oh my goodness. So my wife said, we can beat these levels now. I was like, you can repair the walls. The kids figured it out. Check certain PvP YouTubers or streamers, and you'll have a ton of those complaints about it. Oh, about the netcode? I've been playing Elden Ring co-op every Thursday with my bud. It's more fun every week. Last week, we went and got the Godslayer sword, a bit under-leveled, took a few attempts. The game is perfect. It really is fun. I've never played it co-op with anybody, though. My first playthrough, I summoned way too much, which is why my second playthrough, I'm doing a no-summon run. But my first playthrough, I had a blast, and my second playthrough, I can't play with anybody because it's a no summon run, so I can't have any help. What's your playthroughs been like? What have you guys gravitated toward? You know, magic, you know, summoning. Are you one of those crazy people that tries to do a brand new save and do deathless runs or no hit runs? Like what exactly? How exactly do you guys break that down? A 5 spot from Maddie Jarvis. Thank you for the tip through Super Chat. The beauty of Souls games is that they're always populated with people doing speed runs, challenge runs, and hosting PvP fight clubs. I'm still playing, says Andrew. I haven't finished all the endings yet. Co-op is a blast, says Tom. I'm pretty much played the entire playthrough as well as the new game +4 because of how fun it was. I think that's what's kept me really engaged. Tengo says, working on a build that uses the Dragon King's Cragblade Bolt of Grand Sax in combination with the Ancient Dragon lightning spells. It's level 250, but apparently the level range is lit for invasions. I'm all about the path of least resistance, says Sven. I will summon the frick out of everything possible. Eugene says, dude, letting TJ do like 60% of the damage on any given boss. That crap is broken. Oh yeah, TJ is 100% broken. TJ crazy. TJ beat the second half of the game for me. Right. So wait, Lono, is your title clickbait or has it really dropped off a cliff? Okay, it has, but it's not a fair statement. Okay? When the game came out, wait a minute, I don't understand. Why is a non-member in the live stream chat? What's happening? What is going on? Talika, I know Talika is a trustworthy person, but what's happening? What happened to that room? I'm using him and just laughing. Yeah, I thought TJ was a girl. Can we talk about how bad the camera reset is when walking around corners? Oh gosh, the cameras are always bad. Charlemagne? Something happened to Charlemagne earlier. I blame Creature. Yeah, the problem is, I like Talica. I don't have any issues with Talica, but that means anybody can come in. Hang on a second. They shouldn't be able to view it. General permissions. View. Like that. Can you guys still talk in there? Or did I just make it disappear? Can you guys still talk in... Okay. Can members still see the live stream chat? Or did it disappear in Discord? TJ should be a girl. The Black Knife are all women. The Red Ranger got arrested. No way. Really? I can talk? Oh, I'm talking about in the Discord. Can you go in and still see it? Okay, you can see? Okay. So members should be able to see just fine. Non-members shouldn't even be able to see the room. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't have any issues with Talica, but that's a huge security issue if, like, anybody can go in there and type. The only true pet peeve I have with Elden Ring is that the lock-on is terrible. I challenge anyone to look at, like, a group of 10 enemies and lock on to what you want. I actually usually don't have problems with locking on to a group, Tengu. I have problems with the death birds, and I have problems with, you can see it? Okay. Yeah, as long as you guys have your membership synced up, you should be able to see the live stream chat in Discord. So if you are a member, just make sure and do that. But we can't have non-members able to get in there. That's not a good thing for that room, because sometimes we share information in there. You lock and switch. Yeah, you have to lock and then switch. The first 2 months I get the incredible numbers being Game of the Year contender. I expected those numbers to drop when the non-from fanatics find other games. Oh, exactly. There's multiple factors in the Elden Ring player loss. Okay, first and foremost, they had close to 1 million players just on Steam. That's their highest player peak on Steam. That's insane. PlayStation probably had its own million or more players as a player peak, like, rule, right? And then Xbox. So their all-time player peak was probably close to 2.5 to 3 million players, okay? That's not sustainable for a game that many people are trying their first FromSoftware game for the first time. Many people are going to play it as a single-player game. I know it has multiplayer, I know it has PvP, but many people are going to play it as a single-player game. That just isn't sustainable. In fact, the numbers they're still pulling point to just how good the game is. Elden Ring is so incredible, they're still hitting close to 100,000 players a day on Steam. That's bonkers. That's absolutely bonkers. How are recycled assets bad if they're not done badly? I didn't have an issue with the recycled assets, but I know people probably got tired of going into dungeons and having... I will say this. I don't mind reusing some of the bosses and the enemies. That doesn't bother me at all. What I got a little, maybe not, annoyed's not the right word. What I got a little put off by sometimes was dungeons that were almost identical to other dungeons. I was not a fan of that. I think that really hurt some of the dungeons. Now, if you look at Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, some of the shrines were super samey. Okay, fine. But that doesn't mean that's a good thing. That doesn't mean that's a good thing. A dungeon is supposed to feel like what's down here, you know? Then the caves, the caves even feel very samey at times. You're like, I've been here before. I've done this before. I know that I've been in this room before. And then but it's all different with different enemies and a different boss. My hair length is like it's almost there. It's almost where I want it. Where's everyone to see stuff in Discord? I'm trying to link my YouTube to Discord again. JW, if you're in Discord, click on user settings down at the bottom, go into connections, and connect it with your YouTube. It's that simple. How's the story? The story is actually good if you pay attention to it and can track the quests on your own in a notebook like a kid with a journal. But it is one of the aspects of the game, Light Leap, that I think it's both great and bad at the same time. It's super cool that it's like mysterious and, you know, what's this? And you got to kind of follow clues. But it's also really bad. It's like, why wouldn't you just give me a very minimal quest log. You know what I mean? Elden Ring has over 336,000 reviews on Steam. Not many games have that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot. Not to mention there's an extension for Discord that allows anyone to see hidden channels. They can't see the contents of said channels, but they can see the channels themselves. Oh, well, I'm not worried about that. The legacy dungeons are great, especially Lendel, Farum, Azula, Stormveil. They surpass everything FromSoft's done. I'm not talking about legacy dungeons. I'm talking about dungeons, Randall. The legacy dungeons are stupendous. I'm talking about actual dungeons you find out in the wild. So many of them look the same as the previous. So many of the rooms are exactly the same. The copy-paste stuff always seems to happen with these massive open-world games. Not sure there's any way around it. I will actually take that and say, okay. Like, I'm not going to hold them to some standard of like, no, your open-world game needs every room, every blade of grass, everything needs to be different and new. I'm not going to do that. I think that's unreasonable. Good morning, Sunshine. Disneyland fan, good morning. How are you? I'm not going to say, no, you absolutely must. You absolutely must make everything brand new and fresh. We're having a really strong start today. Every Friday's From Friday. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe and the bell button. We do talk shows like this Monday through Friday. We covered Hogwarts Legacy, that Scorn game coming to Xbox, the PlayStation Plus news. We covered the Fall Guys live event, the 505 live event. You're not going to miss out on content if you're here. We also have another channel called Reforge Radio. I redirect you over there when we're done here with our day. We end up over there in the afternoon for gaming news. We've covered so much gaming news this week. Make sure you're subbed to both channels. Focus on subbing here first, because if you start your day here, you can just hang out with us the rest of the day. I'll just take you with me with redirect. Don't forget, we're working on a member goal. You FromSoft fans, you've got to help me with this member goal. I want to get this before we get gifted memberships on YouTube, okay? We need like 80 more members, and my wife has to play Elden Ring for a Friday night stream, okay? Tonight, we play goofy, fun games and have drinks, but she's talked so much smack. Help me with this, please. Click the join button, type !join in the chat, or click the member link in the description below. Become a member for $5 a month. You get into all these extra streams, and you can help my wife play Elden Ring. Please help me do this. Are you doing all the June shows? Oh, yes. June, we're going to be covering anything happening in June, whether it's Summer Games Fest or IGN's doing something, or there's like the Future Game Show. We'll be covering all those shows. Do me a favor. Smash the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. Those are free to press. Let's get 200 likes really, really quickly. That's a great milestone to hit this early in the show. People like Joseph Anderson criticized the repeat of enemies like dragons, where I thought it was more immersive. I was like, okay, this works. It's populated. This world is populated with dragons. Okay, Joseph Anderson makes great points in his video. I don't know if that's one of them. I think the design of the dragons, I actually appreciated his point about the dragons, Googly Moogly, because he was like, listen, this first dragon fight, it's unparalleled. I've never had an experience like this in a video game before. I fought dragons in Skyrim. This was war, okay? This was a great fight, and I fought that dragon super early with a halberd, and it took me forever, and it felt fantastic, okay? But they get long in the tooth, no pun intended. The dragons get long in the tooth, man. You get late game, and they're standing on a bookshelf, and you got nowhere to go, and you're like standing beneath them, you know. I'll tell you what, I'll give you some hints on how to fight a dragon. How to train a dragon, how to fight a dragon, all right? Get underneath them, hang out down where their Jimmy should be, all right? Hang out down there between their legs and target their head. Giggity. Target their actual head, the one with teeth. Target their head, and you'll have a significantly better time fighting those dragons. Now, the dragon that brings down the red lightning, he can die in a fire in real life. Like, they could literally go into the computer lab where he exists on a hard drive and throw that hard drive in an incinerator, and I wouldn't friggin' care. I hate that guy with every fiber of my being. Okay, the red lightning guy he's terrible. But the rest of the dragons, that's all you got to do, man. You just get between their legs, target their head, and the whole fight changes, right? The whole fight changes. So, but the one with Red Lightning, they could delete him from the game, and I don't think anybody would care. I appreciate that they changed up each dragon as a different element, but yeah, there are a lot of dragons. When you were talking about dragons looking the same, it's why I never finished Oblivion. Really? It's on Map Genie. I can't link it. Never fought Madeir. I don't know how to use Discord. I don't know where everyone is chatting. JW, people are primarily chatting in YouTube, homie. You don't have to be in Discord if you don't want to. Search Elden Ring Map Genie. Yeah, if you want the interactive map, it's mapgenie.io / Elden-Ring. Just look up mapgenie.io, all right? Mapgenie.io if you want that live interactive map. I would make an account so you can save your progress. You can mark stuff, delete stuff, check stuff, or whatever. Did I miss it? Where's the channel where you discuss IRL issues? Oh, lightly. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. It was really hurting the brand. It was hurting our numbers here on gaming. Our recommend and search went down, and it was like almost immediately after we started doing that because it was breaking the algorithm. People that were coming with us were getting really weird political videos in their feed. Creature had concerns long term. He was like, I don't know if we can do this long term. His wife was like, are you guys being bold or stupid? Because nobody does this. There might be a reason. And then I had a meeting with my pastor, and he looked at it from an opposite end of the spectrum, like the other end of the telescope. And he was like, I don't think this is a good idea either. And I was like, well, a fool despises wisdom. And I'm hearing a lot of wisdom and insight. And if we're going to be prudent, because to be prudent is to consider the future, if I'm going to be a prudent man, I can't keep doing this. As enjoyable as it was really enjoyable. It wasn't working. So Reforge Radio is now an afternoon show about gaming news. So we do topic-driven and gameplay-driven here, and over there, it's just news-driven. I'll cover something for 10 minutes and move on to the next thing. It's like rapid-fire news segments. That's also where we put the Reforge Roundtable, the weekly podcast with Ginger Prime and 30 and Still Gaming. So, and there were too many people that couldn't come with us. They were like, man, I don't want to hear about political, religious stuff. Like, I'm here for gaming, Lono. I like your gaming coverage. So the Reforge brand is pure. It's all gaming. We saw an immediate improvement in our numbers here on gaming when we stopped doing that, when we unlisted all that content. It was just jacking the algorithm up. I think that's one of the reasons we weren't showing up on people's homepage. They're like, yeah, I don't see anymore. Well, yeah, because the brand and the user interaction was getting incredibly random. In one day, you were watching me talk about, Dark Souls or God of War, and then also Elon Musk. And it was like, YouTube's like so algorithmically driven. Is like, I don't know what to do with this guy's content anymore. So... And also, we wanted really thoughtful people to come in and have discussions. And YouTube is so algorithmically driven, you're not going to find those people. It's too driven by the algorithm. You're going to get people banging on the right drum or banging on the left drum, and it just wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work long term. I loved the couple of times I hopped in. It was just right at coming home from work, dinner time in Europe. Totally understandable how it messed up the other channels, though. Yeah. I 100% Elden Ring by week 3. Love the game, but I stopped playing to wait for the new content. It's not a live service game. Player numbers will drop off. That's exactly right, Zooth. What's good, Meech? We're banging dragons now? We're not... No. Imagine dragons, banging drums. 1 thumb, 2 thumb, 3 thumb, 4 drum. What was that book? That was a Dr. Seuss book, wasn't it? Anyway. Had all these monkeys banging on drums. This is a great book. Good morning, Anthony. How are you? When you finish a game like Elden Ring, you typically play maybe 2 or more playthroughs at best, and then leave it on the back burner for a while. Aren't you supposed to bang on both drums? Maybe. Yeah, you know what I mean. Shut up, Mo. I use both. The Map Genie has better features, in my opinion. I also paid for the upgraded account. Yo, good morning, Fonzo. Good to see you. We haven't got a new member yet today. No, I'm kidding. We had 1 new member. We've had 1 new member. We haven't had a coffee order yet today. Let's get our first coffee order. Let's get some more members. All right. You only bang on the Sony drum. Yeah, these people getting on my short being like, well, you have been, to be fair. Dude, shut up. To be fair, get out of here. Mono out here instigating. Mono. If it was 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, no. It was a drum one. 1 drum, 2 drum, 3 drum, 4 drum, something, 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 banging on a drum. Yeah, Sven ordered. Oh, that's right. Sven ordered coffee. It's because I printed it and took it out of the room. It doesn't count. That got lumped in with yesterday's orders. Yeah. Sorry. Sven, wait, Sven. Why doesn't count, you frick? Sven, listen. We need a game reviews by Sven room in the Discord. We do. What'd you say last night? You got to play through the crap to find the good stuff? I hope they add a boss rush before anything else. Game could really benefit from it. Oh, yeah, dude. Boss rush would be so fun because the world's so big. Yeah. Maybe that's what the arenas are for. I mean, the arenas might be for PvP DLC, but, you know, it could be for both. Yo, come on, let's get 200 likes. Go. 7 more likes. Smash that like button. If you're new, we want to hear from you. Vote at the top of the chat. There's a poll at the top of the chat. Elden Ring, are you still playing? Already 500 votes. Let's go. This poll's taking off. Keep voting on that poll. 55% of the people taking the poll are like, yes, I'm still playing. 27% have said no. 18% have said never did. Props to the people that have never played the game, but you're still here anyway hanging out. Bless you for your support of the channel. Seriously. You're like, I've never played Elden Ring, but I'm here. No, we need a fanboy thread in the Discord for the epic debates. I don't know about that. Dylan says, I started my playthrough on the PS5 at launch. After 30 hours in performance, never hit my expectations of 60, so I stopped playing, hoping for an update. Don't know when I'll revisit. You did 30 hours. Oh, the performance never hit. Yeah, I played the PS4 version still to this day. Still to this day. I was playing the PS4 version. The performance issues are pretty irritating. I will give you that. By the way, you FromSoft guys, if you're considering getting Dolmen, okay? If you are considering getting Dolmen, don't. I have a first look coming on our first look channel. We have Reforged First Look. It's quick first looks at games that should hit this afternoon before the Reforge Roundtable. Don't get it until you watch my first look. It is clunky. It lacks polish. We really appreciate them sending us a code. I'm not even going to live stream it. I bought the dead, and I don't even care. If they're like, well, we gave you a code. Yeah, well, I'm throwing you on my first look channel. I gave them money. I bought the game on PS5, and I'm never going to touch it unless they do a significant update. It is not a good game. It is really, really rough. It's clunky. I'm telling you, it might get like a little cult following or something, but gee, many Christmas, it's rough. And the sad thing is they have really, really good ideas. I'm not kidding you. They have really good ideas. It's like Dead Space and Dark Souls had a baby. Like, it's got good ideas. There's new features and new combat things that could make for really great combat. But, buddy, the controls in the combat have got to feel good from moment one. It's got to feel good from moment one. If I'm going to be playing a game that beats the tar out of me, okay, then the combat's got to feel great from moment one. Like the first 2 minutes of Sekiro or Dark Souls or Elden Ring, it feels good. It feels as you think the cameras are bad in FromSoft games, and go play Dolmen. Like, I feel really bad. I don't want to bash the game. I think Dolmen, D-O-L-E-M-E-N, Dolmen. Like, isn't that a brand of yogurt? Anyway, I don't want to bash them because it has potential, and they were kind enough to send us a code, but I can't live stream a game that's that bad. I played it. I did a first look. Oh, there's no E. Dolmen Bananas. Yeah, that's it. It's bananas. It'll hit our first look channel. I put it in Dropbox. Let me make sure. We using Dolmen today on first look? I'm gonna hit up Creature. We probably are. I put it in the Dropbox last night. It's a football player. So you guys that love Souls games, That's a good reason to be subscribed to Reforge First Look. Reforge First Look is going to periodically get like really quick, you know, anywhere from 15 to 45 minute first looks at games. It's a great way for you to say, I don't know if this game's any good, and then I play it and you get to see it. So we should start getting codes over there as well. Keymailer approved us, so we should be able to start getting codes. I should be able to start getting games early, recording them, putting them up as soon as embargoes drop. And listen, I'm always going to be honest, even if I get a code. I mean, they sent me a code, and I'm honest in the video. I'm like, you might not want to get this game. I say that in the first 10 seconds. I'm like, it's clunky, it's rough, it is rough around the edges. If you are just tuning in, I'm telling people there's a new game, a Souls-like game called Dolmen. I'm warning people to maybe stay away from it for now until it gets like some polish or some love. You know, check out any footage you can of the game because it's got some rough things around the edges. The main topic today is Elden Ring player loss, the 90% player loss that's being reported by the gaming news media. I'm talking about how it's not a big deal. They hit almost 1 million players on Steam as a record as concurrent players, which if once you add in Sony and once you add in Xbox, they probably hit 2.5 million easy. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee and it wasn't Sven. Sorry about that, Sven. Vanilla Funk. I don't know if you've ever ordered the coffee before. That feels like a new username. There it is. Second coffee order of the day. We need our second member now. Somebody click that join button. Let's get it going. Time between Sony's accessibility blog posts. 10 days for Last of Us 2. Miles Morales 6 days. Ratchet & Clank 22 days. God of War 1 day. Horizon Forbidden West 8 days. Ooh. Time between accessibility posts and the game's release. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're going to get a release date next month. Oh my gosh. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I bet we get a state of play. State of play early June. Lono, have you ever thought about putting a schedule command in chat each day so we know what's happening at what time? There's so much content now. You know, Quiet Shy, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, you're thinking of Dole Fruit. You're a Dole Fruit, Willie! I'm just kidding. Yeah, Dole, D-O-L-E. Yeah. Dole Fruit. Cancellation 2.0 right there, clipped out of context. I played 120 hours my first run, swore off New Game Plus, and ended up playing another run for 35 hours to completion. No further needs to play. It's an unfortunate situation. Enjoying it, but the frame rate, even after the updates. Yeah, you know what's a real bummer, Dylan? You know what's a real bummer? Is you can't take your PlayStation 5 save and back it up to the PlayStation 4. Like, because you can install both versions on your PS5. Like, Elden Ring gameplay on the PS4 version on PS5 has been totally fine for me. But you can't go backwards. So if, like, let's just say I port my save over. And I'm like, yeah, let's port the save over. Let's play some Elden Ring PS5 version. And then a couple hours in, I'm like, yeah, it's still not working. I lose all that progress. You know? If you can't roll it over. They don't let you do that, which is really unfortunate because I bet you there's people like you that would have. You'd be like, you know, I'm just going to roll it over to the PS4 version. I don't want to deal with all these problems, you know. I did my full PvE 100% completion, and now I've moved on to invasions and dueling, and that's where I get most of my enjoyment from now. I can play for 45 minutes and still feel like I got enough out of the game. Well, that's what the poll at the top of the chat is for. Elden Ring, are you still playing? Take the poll. 56% are saying yes, 26% are saying no, 18% have said never did, 640 votes on the poll. Keep that poll vote going. Poll vote, poll vault, that sounds similar. And keep the likes going. We hit 200 likes. Thank you so much for doing that. And you Elden Ring fans, listen. 652 people. All right, hang on. 652 people have taken the poll. 56% are still playing. No, actually, hang on. 18% aren't playing currently. Okay, 18%. So that means 82% have played. That means that 534 people from that poll have played Elden Ring or are still playing. Why are you not becoming a member and helping make my wife play Elden Ring, okay? 500 plus people have taken this poll and are still playing, or you have played. help me make my wife play Elden Ring for $5 a month. You don't know how much this is important to me. Okay? It'll probably come up in our therapy sessions every other week. You need to help me with this. We need to hit 600 members. I was curious where that was going. That's the question. Yeah, where are the likes? Yeah, right. 600 some odd people took the poll. Smash that like button, man. Come on now. I took a break to play Sekiro and Bloodborne again. There's no way there's 530 something members in chat. We only have 375 viewers, okay? About half of those viewers are members, all right? The other half, help me out with this. I'm not sure I like this yet. I need more convincing. Oh, shut up, Zubair. I played it with the unlocked frames on PC. It's butter smooth, north of 150 FPS constant. No, it's not. Red Rocket. No, it still has issues on PC. They didn't get rid of all the performance issues. Wait, did they? Did I totally miss that they fixed it on PC? Does your therapist run strength or magic? You know what? Funny story about my therapist. I had an old PS4. Lying around the house, and I gave it to him. Because he wanted to play Red Dead Redemption 2. He really loved he loved the idea of being a cowboy. He's an older guy, and he saw his son being a cowboy, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta play that. I was like, "Bro, I don't need this anymore. It's literally sitting in a corner. You can have it." I had a PS4 Pro Spider-Man edition, and I knew I was going to get a PS5. I was like, this thing is literally sitting in a corner. So I gave it to him. He gave me one free session, as a thank you. I was like, you don't have to pay me for this. I was like, nah, I don't. Who am I going to sell this to? It's the oldest version. You know what I mean? PC's been running smooth 98% of the time, but I still get occasional stutters. Also upgraded my GPU since the release. I think that helped for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. PC runs great for me with unlocked FPS mod, 80 plus constant. They have not fixed all the performance issues on PC, says the Sky Ape. It isn't bad enough to keep me from playing, but it's pretty bad at times. I can't do it. I get angry enough playing this game. That's all I need is stutters coming in. Cowboy Therapist, not on the purple platform. I'm able to run Elden Ring at 60 FPS consistently, but there are some instances of stutters and crashes. Unlock frames, Lono, no stutters, high frames, you're right. No online play, though. Red Rocket, I don't know. I'm gonna say something. And I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not. You're just not seeing them. I'm going to say something, okay? I'm not disrespecting you. You're an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, you're just not seeing them. They're happening, bro. Come on. You're uncapping the frames, and you're just not... I don't know. Maybe you're not catching them because it's so fast. I don't know. Maybe it's more noticeable when people don't play uncapped. Because if they don't play uncapped, the dips are more noticeable or something. The first freeze or hitch kills me. I'm done. Yeah, I can't do that. PS5 gets little hitches. I gave the PS5 version 5 attempts at Tree Sentinel and I switched. It was impossible not to notice. Yeah, it's so noticeable. I don't really get many crashes, but I do get stutters a good bit, even when the most optimal settings on my PC. Even the steps leading up to the very first door after the tutorial hole still stutters really bad. Yeah, you might have the perfect hardware configuration, Red Rocket, and you're getting almost minimal to no stutters. But part of me is like, you're just not seeing them. They're still happening. I don't buy this whole, I don't have any issues. I had a guy literally leave a comment, and he was like, I'm not kidding. He left a comment. He's like, you need to get a new PS5. My PS5 doesn't stutter at all. And I'm like, just admit to me that you're too dumb or inexperienced to see the stutters. Just admit that to me. That's the perfect way to admit that to me. You need to get a new PS5. Oh, I need to get the one you have. What version of the PS5? You have the PS5 gooder. You have the PS5 gooder version. I have the PS5 badder version, and I need to get a new one. I'll go to Best Buy right away and say, "Hi, good sir. Do you have any of the PS5 gooder versions here? Because apparently I need it. Because I'm getting stutters in Elden Ring." Freaking moron. It has the worst performance. Stop that crap. Xbox runs 45 to 50 frames. Yeah, works on my machine. I only suffered on the Tree Sentinel on PC, but very little stutters after that. If you're not catching them, are they happening? Shut the frick up. What do you mean? Could be the TV too. I have a TV from NASA, and I have a high-end LG monitor. It happens on both. What are you talking about? It ain't the TV. Oh, are you saying it's the TV and that's why they're not seeing it, maybe? Maybe he's saying the other. Maybe he's saying the inverse. Maybe he's saying they're not seeing it as their TV. Their TV's kind of glossing over it. I need one of those Wednesday PS5s. Give me the better version, Lono. I'll take it off your hands. Basically, every game has frame rate issues these days on every platform. Doesn't bother me if they're small, which Elden Ring the ones are, and you can't really notice them on the Series X. Works on my machine. What screen do you have? I run on a projector. What I do is I use a series of mirrors and I put it on an overhead projector from a high school down the road that, they had a fire and they gave away a lot of their old equipment. And I use the overhead projector and I put it on a wall that's stained with spilled coffee and paint. And I don't see any stutters at all. I don't know what's your configuration, but yeah, I think the game runs smooth. I don't see anything at all. I actually can't even see the game, truth be told. I just wander around and I hear the death sounds and I assume I'm doing the right thing. I have the best severely supply limited graphics card. Bro, you're not the norm. What's the big deal? I don't understand. Why is everybody complaining about performance issues on their PC? I mean, I'm running double 3090 TIXX 885s, and I got memory that I stole from the government that's experimental, and my processor is an actual artificial intelligence that an alien gave me, and that's just my configuration. I don't understand why people are complaining about performance issues. Like, it runs fine on my machine. It runs fine on my machine. I mean, it's from the future, and then 1% of the population has something at this power, but I mean, it runs fine on mine. I don't understand. What are you complaining about? Get good, bro. Get good. It was a good day in school when they rolled that TV in. How many times do those TVs fall on a student is what I want to know. Those frickin' stickers on there. It's like, how many kids died to TVs? Because, what were teachers doing? Just taking that thing and just rolling it down the hallway? They're like, movie day, kids! Boom! And they're just rolling that TV thing down the hall. And they're like, Billy, no! And Billy's walking across the hallway. He's like, huh? And then he just dies. How many times did that happen before they're like, listen, we need some warning stickers on these TV stands. The teachers they're just bowling for children. They're just killing them left and right. It's awful. These TVs weigh 257 pounds with all the tube glass in them, and Billy was a blood pancake in the hallway. It took 2 weeks to get him out of the grout. It took 2 weeks to get him out of the grouting, out of the tile. Lono, on that note, you ever tell your stuttering PS5 to get good? Yeah, get good, you frickin' wireless router wannabe. What? I had one of those watches that could control TVs with. Fun I had messing with tech illiterate teachers. You're just changing the channel. And football. Say what now? Said Zubair. Say what now? Man, you messed up. My favorite is, that's not a name. How long have you been here, Saveron Prime? I love that it's a name I don't necessarily recognize. Man, you messed up, bro. You got problems, man. You gotta seek help. I'm playing on an original NES hardware. I'm not seeing any issues. Yeah. Blood pancake. Couple weeks. Okay. He's like, oh, a couple weeks. Probably the last day I'll watch, man. Listen at work. You're disturbing my day. No. That's right, Kevin Hart. No, Betty, no. TV just crushes him. Pull it together, man. If you don't want stuttering, play on the lowest settings at 480p. Yeah, it runs great. It's the resolution of a TI-83 calculator, but I mean, I don't get any stuttering. What are you complaining about? What's the problem? Just turn the resolution down to where it looks like a frickin' pixel game for the regular Nintendo, and you won't get a single frame issue. What's the big deal here? Man, I tell you, we hit that 1 hour mark, and I don't know what YouTube is doing. They're still experimenting with stuff. Jiminy frickin' Christmas. Just hemorrhaging. We're having fun. YouTube. Guys, take the poll. Elden Ring, are you still playing? We might get 1,000 votes on this poll before the hour is up. We've got 7 minutes to get a bunch more votes on the poll. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Elden Ring player loss. That is the topic this morning. Gervo hitting a 6-month milestone. Thanks for renewing your membership. I come into the stream and the first thing I hear is blood pancakes. Are we going blood build IRL? Yeah. That Elden Ring New Game Plus thing we did with my guy and the twin blades and the bleed was the dumbest thing. I was like, what in the world? I didn't even feel like I was playing a FromSoft game. I felt like I was playing an action-adventure game on story mode difficulty. I was like, huh? What? What is this? YouTube was a mess yesterday. Yeah, something's happening today, too. We keep doing that. We, go up, and we hit some ceiling, and then YouTube pushes a button, and then we just drop. I don't know what they do. It's like they spin the stream up like a top, and then we're just falling over. It's so odd. I prefer chocolate chip banana pancakes. I nearly spit out my water at the thought of a kid flattened under one of those TVs at school. I just remember always seeing those warnings on the stands, and I was like, what on earth was going on? Why is that on there? All these just careless teachers killing kids, what happened to Billy? Yeah, well, Susan from algebra just got a little carried away. I prefer butter on my pancakes, not syrup. When you beat the Falling Star Beast today, you'll have my favorite weapon to use at the moment. What weapon is that, Diaz? I'm going to whoop the tar out of that guy. I might go... Am I supposed to use my club on him? I just assume he's made out of, crystals. I'm fighting the Elden Ring Falling Star Beast today. And I'm assuming I'm supposed to just wail on him with my club. I got a joke of what did the traffic lights say to the car? I don't stop. Warning signs are on things because some idiot did something and it now requires a sign. Right. The Falling Star Beast Jaw. Falling Star Beast Jaw. What kind of a weapon is it? Straight sword? It's a colossal? Frick it. I can't do colossals. They're too slow. They're so dadgum slow. I used Radon swords. I know they've been patched. I just can't do it. I absolutely cannot do it. I think two-handing any weapon allows you to beat the crystal enemies. So maybe I should two-hand my straight sword instead of hitting him with the club. I might do more damage to him. I can't do it. Yo, what's good, Mushroom Knight? I cannot do colossals. They're just too dadgum slow. It drives me freaking crazy. You can't use it. It requires int. Oh, okay. You should have spelled that out so people thought you were, insulting me. FromSoftware people are like, my gosh, Eugene. Gemini. You can't use it. It requires intelligence. People are like, what a freaking jerk. No. It's a game. It's a game reference. Yo, what's good, Vapor? Good to see you on TikTok. You doing the Beast No Summons today? I think I already beat him no summons my first playthrough, Oscar. I don't think I summoned on the Beast. He's not that hard, is he? I don't remember him being that difficult. Maybe I did summon on him. I don't know. I think I was overpowered the first time I played him. I think I had done so much clearing. I was chunking him. I'd have to go back and watch. I don't know where that is in the VODs. Try dual claymore and a bastard sword. Gets great sword. Guts great sword's the only colossal that is fast and has a cool moveset, says Sane. I don't think you can summon at him. Yeah, I don't think you can summon at him anyway. I don't remember summoning on him. I remember whooping him like my second try or something. I feel like when I fought him, I beat him my first try and people were really annoyed. I think that was the point in the game where I was over leveled and people were like, this is annoying. You're just plowing through stuff that gave me trouble. He's weak to strike. The beast isn't so bad in the arena on top of the mountain, but in the dungeon, the arena is tiny and the beast is so fast. 90% player decrease. Yeah, we're covering the Elden Ring player loss. I essentially argued from the point of like, all right, here's my thoughts. Here's what I think. Elden Ring population is at a place right now that is incredibly healthy and impressive for the kind of game that it is. They hit an untenable, unsustainable number during their launch week, okay? Hitting almost 1 million players on Steam. They had well over 1 million player records on PlayStation, no doubt. They probably had close to 700,000 maybe records on Xbox. I think their all-time record was probably 2.5 million players at a given time. That's what I would bet. If they crunched the numbers and never released those numbers, 2.5 million people were probably playing at a given time. Easily 1 million on PlayStation, easily 1 million on PC, and then another 500,000 or more on Xbox. No doubt in my mind that they surpassed 2.5 million concurrent players for the all-time player record. Not the all-time player record, but their personal all-time player record. And right now they're still hitting, just on Steam alone, close to 100,000 players at a given time, or daily peaks of 100,000 players. I beat every boss after Renala with the Colossal Greatsword, says Eugene. Melania was fun. Oh my gosh. I cannot imagine doing Melania with a Colossal Greatsword. She's a colossal pain in the butt. She is cheating trash is what she is. The beast on top of the mountain is a greater version of the ones in the dungeons and is much harder. The lore speculation is that they are related to Astel or they come from the same place. I love the Elden Beast fight, even though it was rage-inducing. The music and pure drive I had to kill that thing was unmatched. No ability, no summons, no ability to buff myself. Parry's OP. Listen, I watch people parry Melania and I'm like, I hate you. I don't know how you're doing that. I just don't. People that do parry runs in this game and they upload those amazing immaculate fights. I have a special hatred for those people. I'm like, you're not from here. You're from another planet. Like no hit runs, okay, cool, that's impressive. Dudes that do like no hit parry runs, frick you in particular, man. I don't know how the heck they do it. I really, really don't. Parrying in this game is so dadgum awkward. I truly don't get how they do it. You need to parry her thrice? Do you actually feel anything special given the Elden Ring was marketed with George R.R. Martin regarding world setting and stuff? I think a lot of the world back lore and a lot of the setting and the stage, yeah, I think they did a killer job with it, and it was probably linked to him. Yeah. I do. I think it was probably linked to him. He came up with really good ideas. I think the backstories and the characters and stuff are very, very interesting, actually. April was rough, but May so far is already better than April. So we got in April. Okay. April got 1 code usage. We've already gotten 3 code usages in May for 80s teas. Okay. All right. Thanks. We are trying different things with the shirts. Thanks for trying different things with the shirts. Yo, Sky Ape with the second new member of the day. Getting us a little bit closer, man, to my wife having to play Elden Ring. Thank you so much. If you guys enjoy Elden Ring, if you enjoy every Friday here on Reforge Gaming is From Friday. We talk Elden Ring, we play Elden Ring. We talk and play FromSoftware games, which for now, obviously, is Elden Ring. But if you're a FromSoftware fan, if you love FromSoftware games, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, consider becoming a member. If we get like 80 something more members, my wife has to play Elden Ring. Every Friday night, her and I do a members only stream. So $5 a month and you can make my dreams come true. Humbling my wife. So welcome on in, Sky Ape. Don't forget, all you members, you can link up your account with our Discord server and get extra access. We are going to start doing something in there for Tier 2 members and up, I think, next week, allowing you to submit games that my wife and I have to play on Friday nights. That will be a perk for Tier 2 members in the Discord. We'll run a raffle, and we'll grab some games that you guys put in there. So that'll be something that'll maybe give you a reason to up the membership tier, but might just give you another reason to tune in on Friday nights. It should be a hoot and a holler, as they say down south. Been listening every morning at work for a few months. Here's my first ever YouTube membership. Listen, I know YouTube membership is kind of weird for people. Like, that's not really a thing because most people watch YouTube and just support with premium or ads. As a live streamer, we can't live off that. We have to foster membership, and we do it. We feel like we do a good job of offering, good content that should be enjoyable to the people that consume it. So thank you so much for supporting it. If you're a longtime member, an upgraded member, or a new member, we appreciate that very much. We like to have little member trains every once in a while. If you keep the members at the top of the chat by continuing to hit join, that's kind of cool too. Gross, that's an unsub and block. Okay, like, I'll spend no time missing you. Who was that? Anyway, the thing about Martin's involvement was he was specifically there to fill out lore, history, and setting, whereas specific individual characters are still done by FromSoft. Yeah, he didn't, write the story. He kind of set the stage. Yeah. Dadgum frick, is it because of monetization? Oh, he doesn't like the fact that I'm safe for work? Yeah, people throw me on in the background of their day like a podcast. Unsub and block because I'm safe for work. Wow. Okay. What are you, 13 years old and addicted to, Quentin Tarantino movies? He said later, Bible thumpers. I'll get it. I'll go get it. It's in my entertainment room. I'll get my Bible, and I'll hit the camera with it. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. It's a nice Bible. I write in it and I spend time in the morning with it. I won't do that. I won't do that. I'm sorry you guys had to see that, chat. I'm sorry you had to see that side of me. I Bible thumper? I swear to frick, I will pull up the Bible app on my phone and I will pound my phone. I will do it. I will do that. It's a nice Bible. What about the camera? What about the camera? Boom. Hard to believe I've been subscribed to you for over 6 years now. Time flies. Yo, what's good, Tech? How are you? You scribble in the holy book? Yeah, why not? I'm a saint. I'm allowed to do that, I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm not going to get, struck by lightning. And thou shalt not draw in the Lord's book. I'm not drawing pictures like stick figures and little 3D squares and triangles. I'm not doodling. I'm not doodling. Billy, can you sit down for me? Thank you so much. You've been attending Saint Matthew's of Assisi for a while, haven't you? Yes. Can you explain to me these drawings in your Bible? Are these breasts? I'm afraid we're going to have to expel you. That guy just provided us with some great entertainment for a few minutes. That was good. I enjoyed that. Lono, with Madam Trash talking, what are you going to do when she runs out of tutorials and perfect parry kills? The tree sentinel? Oh man. Stick figure representation of the apocalypse. Yeah, it's an illustrated Bible. I'm illustrating everything, I'm just drawing what's happening. What's the problem? It is we're in Genesis, for crying out loud, you know? Oh man, that's funny. Oof. Oh, that's good. That is funny. Lono's gonna get haunted for writing in it? Yeah. Have you prepared yourself for the moment she kills the tree sentinel her first try? Just exactly how good do you think my wife is at video games? Like, I really think you guys need to settle down. You need to settle down, okay? It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough stream for her. It's gonna be a rough stream, okay? Like, you know? Oh, man. Do a Bible thumper character in Elden Ring. She says, calling me a crappy player. Babe, I didn't say, she's in the Discord. I didn't say you were a crappy player. I think they're overestimating just how good you are at video games. Like, okay? On a scale of me to you, you know, I... oh my goodness. Well, you know your wife taught you to hone your video game skills? He never lets me play versus his actual job. Oh yeah, I never let her play. That's the real tragedy. There's not a giant television in the other room and 7 gaming systems in the home, and yeah, I don't let her play though. I don't let her play. Incoming, I'm taking care of the kids all day. Defense in the Discord. Here it comes. Here it comes. You know, instead of doing your little workouts and instead of, you know, having a nap, you could play these games if you really wanted. I'm watching Call the Midwife. Yeah. The Call of the Midwife. I never got the name right. It used to drive her crazy. Are you watching the Call of the Midwife? So then I never said it right just to make her mad. 90% of 12 million is still a lot. Well, Sean, okay, so the 90%, so the people tuning in for like Elden Ring player loss, you're like, why are you reporting on this 90% player loss? Some people looked at the Steam charts, and this game hit like almost 1 million concurrent player peak during like its launch week. And it's down to about 100,000 player concurrent record like peaks in a 24-hour period. So people are like, oh, it's 90% of the player base has left the game. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute. Like, it hit insane numbers its first week, which is a huge testimony to the game's commercial success, and it's still getting about 100,000 peaks just on Steam alone. That's actually a very, very good... It's like a really, really good turnout. I didn't know what word to use. To be fair, Lono, every time you do a video game review, I know the game is actually 10 times easier than it looks when you play it. But I think I have the right adjustment now when I make my decision. Really, Light Leap, do you mind playing through Elden Ring and uploading your footage? We'd love to see you play. Ask Abe about how that went for him. Yeah. Ask Abe how that went for him. He thought Elden Ring is a joke, man. And what is Lono's problem? Then he played it and he was like, oh my gosh. Let's see your gameplay footage, Light Leap. Oh, and do it in front of a live audience that's constantly nitpicking and backseat gaming. I play real games. Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. I play real games. Not these kid titles. Yeah. Yeah. These kid titles. Elden Ring is a kid title. Here we go. Abe quit talking crap real fast. Yeah. He got humbled. All of a sudden, his presence in the Elden Ring streams was a little different. It was a little different. Minecraft and Roblox and Zelda. Yeah, I don't even play those games. Well, I play Zelda. I don't play Minecraft and Roblox. It's no Leisure Suit Larry. You know, I was really disappointed by the lack of, of relations in the game. There's just not enough of that. Somewhere hidden in there is a huge box full of cords with your name on them. Just can't find them. Does he hide the cords? He unplugs them all? No, I don't. My wife is such a... No, when it comes to this stuff, all right? She doesn't write twitlongers and ruin careers, but she's lying to you, okay? She's not being truthful. Such a what? Such a liar. You're being a liar. I do not hide anything. I remember there was a time where I was like, oh, I think you'd really like this game. And I was like, I could set it up for you, you know, you could play during the day. And she like glared at me. Like, just the notion of her having time for playing video games. It was like me being an insensitive man. You know what I mean? I was just like, just some stupid insensitive man. Like, to think that she had time for video games. Like, the audacity for me to think she had time. And then she comes and tells you that I hide the controllers and the cords. It's not true. It's not true. Leap just needs one guy yelling, wait until, and another one saying, get the claymore. Yeah. Just put that on loop in the corner. Wait until, man. Like, as soon as you beat... Well, I need a script installed on your computer, Leap, so that as soon as you beat a really challenging boss after an extended period of time, I need to pop up and say, yeah, wait until you get a little bit further, man. That was nothing. That was absolutely nothing. The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of... That's right. You probably password protects the consoles too. No, I don't. I do not do that. She can play anything she wants, anytime. She could literally be like, kids, go to your room. You're having story time. Mama's got to play. Mama's got to play some Elden Ring. She totally could do that. It would be obviously very irresponsible. It'd be irresponsible, but she could. All of his controllers are broken. Isn't that why he can't beat the baddies? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. No. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. You're going to have to play one day. Keep stacking up those jokes, babe. Keep stacking them up. You keep stacking them up. Or the game is glitching. Yeah. You remember those servers that could get a desktop thing in the 90s? I would totally get something like that. But you yelling at me when I'm playing? That's right. Sounds like some traditional Bible thumping, holding back the woman. You know me, Eugene. Barefoot, pregnant, and in a kitchen. That's it. That's it. Just trot out every cliche you can. My son just learned I'm the keeper of the Wi-Fi password and console passwords. I have him right where I want him. That's right. Is that an announcement? No, it's not an announcement, babe. I would not want to be a female or woman in whatever they like to be called. Apparently, if you say female streamer, they get really angry. I don't. Okay, a person, a human person. It's. I love the rants. I do. I love the rants. It's just all these men at the top. It's just not enough opportunities. And then you refer to them as a female or a woman, and you like. I don't want to be seen as. Okay, well, you don't want to be seen as a female or a woman, but you're also viewing the men as what they are and how unfair it is. Like, which the frick is it anyway? I wouldn't want to be one. Because every time they're like, I have an announcement to make, people are like, oh, you pregnant? It's like every time. Big announcement this Friday. They're like, are you pregnant? Birthing person. What the frick? It's like, they're well within their right to be like, here it is. The top 5 streamers on Twitch, surprisingly all men. So, you know. And then when you refer to them as women or female, it's like a problem. It's like, I don't understand. You're giving me speech paralysis. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Oh my gosh. Neffits, no. I love my kiddos, but sometimes I'm really glad I'm a stepmom and they're not here during the week. Talika. Talika's like, Mama's got to get her game time in, okay? All right? You're going to your dad's house. He's coming over right now. I got to get my game time in, you know? I got some bosses to beat. There's DLC coming. Mama's got to get that grind time in. Oh, man. Glad you're not on Twitch. You'd have another cancel incoming. Can you believe this man? I'm allowed to refer to him as what he is, but not me. You're not allowed to do that. Yeah, whatever. Hey, another order of coffee. 2 bags of light roast from Solid Snake. Cannot wait until the holidays to get my Frickmas blend light roast is the best coffee there is. Until then, yo, thank you. There we go. Handful of coffee orders already today. Let's get a couple more members in here. A couple more new members. Oh, man. I tried telling the kids they were going to their dads. They would just come down in here and get me shut down. They'd get me shut down on the stream and be like, oh, yeah. They run around the house in shorts and nothing else, or undies, nothing else. Get me canceled. Aspiring comeback streamer Reforge Gaming canceled on YouTube. His kids came in the room. What's good, Gritter? That's exactly right, Tattoos. If I played Elden Ring, all my footage would just be me dying over and over. Did you guys see my screenshot I got? I got these screenshots last night. I was trying to get these screenshots for the thumbnail of the beast that's up on that place. And it was not easy. It was not easy, let me tell you. There wasn't much talking in the chat last night. I should be able to scroll up and find them. The members chat. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna give you the sequence of events here. It cost me 4 deaths. We're not doing a death tally, so it doesn't matter. But it cost me 4 deaths and like 6,000 souls. All right, so let me give you the final product. Now let's get out of there. Okay. Man, I love this mouse, but the DPI button right below the scroll wheel, why? I'm constantly changing the DPI by accident. Okay. So this is the finished product. This is the picture that I got. He's just like walking over and he's like, hey, what are you doing over here, buddy? Do you, you need directions? Are you lost? You know, are you lost? This is, hang on. I think I have them in the wrong order. For maximum comedic effect. All right, I'm going to do this. There we go. So this here, just remap the DPI button. I think I'm going to have to. It's annoying me. It's so annoying. So this is the finished product, okay? And it took me 4 deaths and 6,000 souls to get this picture. Because I literally on my PlayStation just kept going up there standing, and I rode away from him to de-aggro. He got confused because I rode away from him, and he de-aggroed, and then he slowly walked over. Okay, now the first couple times I did this, though, you can see here's picture 1. Here he comes. Here's picture 1, and there you go. There's the result of one of my tries to get a picture of the fallen star beast up there on the top of that cliffside. So we'll be fighting him. Today. You see my runes? No, it just puts those on the ground anytime you die. I had already lost them by that point. Excuse me. If you map all the DPIs to the same number, it won't change when you hit it. I do this on my G502. I might have to do that. We have a mouse command. If you guys ever want to get a Rocat mouse, use my code over there at Rocat. We do not have an ongoing partnership with them yet. They're looking to add more, and I'm at the top of their list. I guess a bunch of you were using my code. So always feel free to use the mouse command. So this is not even on the thumbnail today. I actually had a better one. Of just the Falling Star Beast. And so he's in the thumbnail. He's in the thumbnail all by himself for this afternoon. So when we're done with this talk show, we'll be heading over there and doing that. If you're tuning in, we are discussing the Elden Ring player loss today and why it's actually not that big of a deal. Yeah, this is the Burst Pro Air. It's wireless. I don't have the dongle hooked up. But it is a pretty little mouse. I have that one. And then I also have the cone. This one's a real pretty mouse. Real pretty. Real nice. I actually think the cone is the most comfortable mouse I've ever put my hands on. I absolutely love it. So you can use my code. It's G10-Reforge_gaming. It's a really long code, unfortunately. If we get an official partnership with them, I'm going to hope to just get the code Lono. So use that. Continue to use my code over there. Let's look impressive to them. If you get any of their peripherals, use my code over there at rocat.com. I'm announcing it Rocket. It's Rocat. It might be Rocket. I don't know. It's a cat, though. They have a cat in their logo. So I'm assuming it's Rocat. I don't know. If you put a cat in your logo, I'm going to say cat. You know what I mean? I knew you looked familiar. I used to watch your Anthem videos. Jiminy Christmas. That's a lifetime ago. Somebody on TikTok recognizing me. Hey, Reforge, been a while. Wait a minute. Is this who I think it is that is viewed? Nope. That's a DK, not a DR. I thought it was Domo the Russian. Domo the Russian. Do they stock Xbox Series X controllers? I do not think that they do. No, I do not think that they do. Billions of people on the planet. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. I was like, what? Anthem. Yeah, that was a lifetime ago, man. Excuse me. Falling Star Beast, that's one of the bosses that you need to keep breaking poise or he'll just run you over. Yeah, if you guys order stuff, just remember to use my code over there. I would love to have an ongoing relationship with them. We're slowly adding more and more sponsors. 80s Teas has been great to us. They're ongoing. The coffee's not a sponsor, by the way. If you're a coffee drinker and you've never tried coffee with balanced acidity, you should try our coffee. You should also join as a member. My wife's been in the Discord running her mouth and talking smack. And if we get like 80-something more members, she has to play Elden Ring. So please help me with that. And we need about 18. We need 14 more likes to hit 300 likes. If you guys have been enjoying the show today, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe and the bell button. It's free to subscribe, costs nothing. Becoming a member is $5 a month. You get access to extra streams every week. Like tonight, my wife and I will be playing a game, and I'll be throwing back some drinks. She usually doesn't, so she can keep making fun of me. But we'll be playing Escape Room Simulator. It should be very, very fun. She should be able to help me. Hopefully. She always says her mind doesn't work that way when we try to do puzzles. And I'm like, okay, well, this will be interesting. Yo, Domen's hitting a 15-month milestone. Does this count as a member resub? It should help the number. Sometimes it puts you guys back in, like you weren't in the count, and then you renew, and then it puts you back in there. So, Elden Ring. I'm getting ready to do Elden Ring news gameplay playlist. I'm scheduling the gameplay right now, and I guess, no, it doesn't actually. Let's do that. All right, where are my tags? There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. It's just been, we're just getting over like horrible allergy time of the year or whatever. We'll do a slow mode of 9 for the gameplay because people are been showing up. Those bots have been showing up during gameplay. Okay, do that. I'll be bringing the sparkling water. Yeah, boring. Boring. Yeah, YouTube is acting up today. It's having trouble scheduling the live stream. It's doing that we had to try again thing, but it successfully did it. That might be why we've been having some issues with viewership today, because we had a great climb and then all of a sudden it was like we started just hemorrhaging people, and that usually means they're pushing out a feature in some region or something, and it befuddles the live streams. I'm Mr. Traversal in Anthem. Yeah, we had a question yesterday when we were covering Harry Potter Hogwarts, and somebody was like, has there ever been a game with good flying? And I was like, funny enough, Anthem had great flying, to be honest with you. Oh no, your server is going to lose a level. Refer to your server settings. For status details, we're going to lose a level of perks. Oh, for Nitro Boost. Your server will lose level 3 perks in 2 days and 12 hours. What's level 3 perks? Emoji slots, audio quality, custom stickers. What? Boost. I thought because we were a partner, we got all of that stuff. Whatever. Your server is easy to join. Fewer than 10% of the new members fail to get access to your channels. Oh, that's a good insight about our server. Hey, our server stats are up right now, actually. Our Discord server, the stats are up. That's good to see. Oh, well. I don't know why we are losing a level. That doesn't make any sense. Did we start losing people at Blood Pancakes? Because I may have a theory involving Blood Pancakes. It might have been around that time, Zubair. I think I maybe turned people off with my Blood Pancake joke. It's possible. It's very possible. Would it ever be possible for a company like Epic to reboot Anthem with Unreal 5? You know, it's funny. I actually think that could be one of those weird games that just refuses to die and comes back at some point in time. The biggest problem with it is it was just such a money pit. Like, they lost so much money on it. I don't think the IP owners will ever do anything with it. I just don't. I don't think they'll ever do anything with it. The publisher, probably not that either. You know, I think the challenge is always going to be that when something like that loses that much money, you're gonna have a hard time people wanting to back it. EA will not give up this franchise. Yeah, I don't think EA will give it to anybody, and then subsequently because of that, who then nobody can do anything with it. Like, EA is just going to hold it hostage and be like, no, nobody can have the property. I don't even mean the assets, because you wouldn't want to use the engine. You'd want to try to put the game in. You'd want to put it in Unreal 5 or maybe not Unreal 5. It doesn't have to be Unreal 5, but an engine that isn't that one. That would be the way to do it. So let's take a look at this poll here. If you play Elden Ring, are you still playing? Yes or no? Take that poll, smash the like button. We need 2 more likes for 300 likes. Man, oh man, this has been one of the weirdest streams I have ever experienced for From Friday. They should bring it back under a different name with enough changes. That's always going to be the dilemma. That's always going to be the dilemma, I think, is that people want the game to come back, but they're going to want to protect it. They're going to want to say, no, this is our property. We're going to want to protect it. We don't want anybody to take the property. But then at the same time, it's like, well, then nothing will ever happen with it. Because I don't think EA is ever going to want to do anything with it ever again. I just don't think so. I don't think they're going to do anything with it ever again. So that's going to be the main problem. That's going to be the main issue. They lost a ton of money on it. They're just going to hold the property captive, and then they don't want anybody else to have it. So if you're new and just tuning in, we've been discussing Elden Ring player loss. What might have contributed to it. I trotted out a bunch of reasons. The game's commercial success in its first month, the fact that it appealed to a lot of people who don't play the game. It's a lot of people play it single player. They typically only play a game like this single player, even though there are people that play multiplayer. Multiplayer is typically the best way to keep a game like that going. That's typically what keeps a game like that going, is the multiplayer. I do think people want Anthem, but an exosuit looter shooter would be flying around, would have that shadow looming over it, sure. Battlefront series has been killed off. EA doesn't really know what it's doing at the moment. No. Would that dev benefit from Microsoft and Game Pass? No. My top reason, I won. Yeah, if you stopped playing Elden Ring, what was the reason? I'm actually curious. So, of the votes on the poll, 25% of you are not playing right now. You're not still playing. Why? Would be my question to you in chat. Why are you no longer playing Elden Ring? Would be the my inquiry, right? You beat the game, so you just beat it. You beat it, Ben, and you were like, "I'm good. I'm done." See, as soon as I felt very differently about Elden Ring. Elden Ring Endgame, I have a lot of criticisms. Those criticisms are probably going to come out pretty strong once I go there and do no summons melee only. But I just wanted to play again. I just wanted to I wanted to go back to that early stage of the game. You know, I wanted that early stage feeling again, that exploration, that map clearing, all the different Elden Ring builds you can do, you know? I've completed it twice. It's not that fun to keep replaying the same thing. I don't know. This might not resonate with you. I'm a sucker for the early game. I'm just a sucker for the early game. Everything is fresh and new and shiny, and you've got new things to find and get. I don't know. I've always liked the soft reset. I think New Game Plus lost me because it was like New Game Plus lost me because it was like it wasn't a soft reset. It was like I was playing a different game. It was literally like I was playing some action adventure open world game that looked like a Souls game. The open world hurt subsequent plays. I think that Elden Ring lacks of randomization to refarm and replay the game. If you are not a PvP player, then at some point, you run out of content. Ben says, I fully explored every part of the map and did a build I've never tried before, so I was pretty satisfied with the playthrough. I will probably go back eventually. Never cared for New Game Plus in any Souls games, just not my thing. You're playing with the same build and upgraded weapons? No, I played a whole new build, Eugene. I switched my entire build around. I switched to dual twin blades bleed, and that's not what I started the game with. Start of the game, mid game, and end game, I was sword and shield. Then I was Radon swords. Then I was katana. With I did have some bloodhound in there because bloodhound's just fun for a while, and then we went to dual twin blades, and I killed Radon in 7 hits, and I was like, this is stupid. I'm playing some kids. I'm playing on some story difficulty like adventure game. I respec and I don't upgrade weapons until needed. What level were your weapons? They were really high. We spent a bunch of time getting them and getting them leveled and getting the stones, and we saved a bunch of stones from the rollover. We bought a bunch of stones before I rolled over. You went to the most OP build in the game? Well, yeah, but even before I used the OP build, it was broken. The scaling was all off. I think the majority of the people have compared the game and have wrung it out like a dish rag with all of its available content. Most people will go back when DLC comes out. Oh, I agree with you, Gritter. I agree with you. I think Elden Ring DLC is going to be a huge boon of a resurgence for the player base, for sure. We covered Elden Ring DLC rumors a couple of weeks ago. It was one of our most watched From Fridays in a while because I think people are just really antsy for it. +9, +20 weapons in early game is going to do that. New Game Plus was really easy, but it was refreshing victory lap. I thought, you know what's funny about that, Sam? People kept telling me that's what it was. They were like, New Game Plus is a victory lap, bro. It's a victory lap. And I was like, okay, cool. It's a victory lap. And I thought it was going to be a lot of fun. I thought it was going to be so fun just stomping the bosses to dust. And it just wasn't. Now, some of that, I will admit, some of that might have been because the back half of the game, I flew through the Elden Ring endgame. I flew through it with Tiche. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe if I would have spent the back half of the game struggling, learning, and working, instead of just getting annoyed and summoning, I would have enjoyed the victory lap more. Oh, my wife said in the Discord, for those who don't want alcohol, post your fun drinks in chat tonight. There you go. I want to play it so badly, but rage quits. Right. I'll go back the day DLC comes out. I super slow burn to play through, spend 200 hours clearing dungeons and bosses. Yeah, I think once I complete my no summon run, so for those of you who don't know, my second playthrough, I'm doing a strength build, sword and shield, and it's an Elden Ring no summon run. That's what we're doing. And we'll be doing that in about 30 minutes. We'll be continuing that playthrough. I'm about to fight the Fallen Star Beast. If you look at the speed runs, it's all about routing weapon upgrades. Would be fun to see only fist weapons run. Liquid Death is legit. Liquid Death Mountain Water? What on earth? It's water? Liquid Death Mountain Water. Drink water from the Alps. Murder your thirst. That's got to be one of the strangest, most juxtaposed brandings I've ever seen. It's, yo, give me some of that Liquid Death. What's that? Oh, it's water. I can just see the commercial, Some guy sitting there. When I'm out hunting bear and smacking moose right on the nose, you know what I do to quench my thirst? Liquid Death. And his friend sitting there is like, what's Liquid Death? It's water. There's your commercial. They sponsor podcasts. Hey, Liquid Death, get at me. I just did a great commercial for you. Sounds like vodka. Yeah. So taking a weapon that's 5 times as strong as it should be and now scaling off your stats more than it should at that point in the game will absolutely trivialize the early game on New Game Plus. So what am I supposed to do on New Game Plus, Eugene? I started and I didn't do that. I started New Game Plus and just kept using my current build and just rolled over everything. How is that? I know you're not saying it's my fault, but it kind of sounds like you're saying that it's on the player. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Shelve everything I've invested in? I went and fought those guys with my katana and just dead. Margit was dead in 2 seconds. New builds, new weapons, non-upgraded. No, it's no one's fault. That's what I mean. I get what you're saying. You're going in with all this knowledge and saying, well, I don't want to do that. That's really trivializing. I want to try a bunch of new builds and the weapons will be weak, so it will work. I played through and did what I wanted, but burned out after a while. We'll probably go back if DLC or something interesting comes out. Not interested in another playthrough of the main game. Have you ever jumped over an attack in Elden Ring? Yeah, jumping super inconsistent, though, in Elden Ring. Liquid Death is made by a company that makes the show Mr. Pickle. Very adult show. Oh, really? Statistically, look at everyone who has ever died ever. Did they drink water at some point? Water kills. Well, you can only die if you're alive, so, being alive is going to kill you. So, they have sparkling Liquid Death. Just rush to the end boss of New Game Plus. Get the New Game Plus 2 as quick as possible. It gets harder eventually, or just finish Dark Souls 3. Maybe you haven't been here. I'm really enjoying my no summon run. Today is part 8. Today's part 8 of my Elden Ring no summon run, and I'm enjoying it very much. I'm going to not enjoy it very much when I get to Melania and Malekith, but yeah, I'm enjoying it for now. Their merch is dope too. They'd be a dope company to work with. I drink lots of water during the week, and I'm like super pro water as I drop my water bottle. But yeah, they'd be a dope company to work with. Chat, do your thing. Get on Twitter. Tag Liquid Death. Oh, please don't do that. Please don't do that. You're just going to invite... No. You're just going to invite a bunch of people like, you don't want to work with him. You're doing the run you should have. I think you were hoping No Summons on New Game Plus was going to do that. Yeah, No Summons on New Game Plus was like, I don't need to summon. I could wear a dadgum blindfold. I enjoyed my No Summon run. Malekith's not too bad. The Godskin duo is what ended my No Summon run. Lots of pro-water propaganda. No, that's not it. I have a lot of people that don't like me on Twitter, and they'll try to they will actively work for sponsors to not work with me. It's really annoying. Twitter is a dying platform for promotion anyway. Most of the contract offers I've been getting lately, they don't pay any attention to Twitter. Like Rocat wanted me to post here and on TikTok. That should tell you something. They don't want you posted on Twitter anymore because it's not worth the money. If you want to get the most out of your run, you should know that you can kill enemies for XP, and occasionally they will drop items too. That XP will help you level. Did you know you can go back and farm guys and get XP? I'm literally doing a no summon run. I'm on my second playthrough, and this guy's telling me I can go farm enemies for XP. I was like, really? I can? Wow. What do they gain from complaining to your sponsors? Seems stupid? Well, I mean, yeah, it is stupid. Like, but that's what pathetic people do. You know what I mean? Like, it's a psychological condition. People who are miserable attempt to spread their misery. You know what I mean? Rather than fix their condition or try to better their life, they just try to make other people as miserable as they are. It's essentially a psychological problem. It's readily visible on Twitter, Monday through Friday, 10 hours a day. Oh, that felt good. It's their last vestige of control. Yeah. It's... Yeah. They gain a thing called ego? No, they don't even gain that. Like, if you pay close attention to people that live their life that way on Twitter, they're not happy people. Like, the slightest inconvenience and they're infuriated. Like, the slightest news article or anything that happens in the world that they don't like, it's just so upsetting for them. You know what I mean? It's just so upsetting. They can't take it. Wait, Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 1 will release on May 27th. Stranger Things Volume 2 will release the final 2 episodes on July 1st. Screw you, Netflix. That's garbage. Why? If you want to do an episode a week, that's fine. You're going to hold the final 2 episodes hostage? That's a bunch of trash. Right? That's trash. Quote tweet. This is literally the stupidest thing I've read today. And I stream live on the internet, so it has good competition. Either do the drip feed of 1 episode a week or let folks binge. This is nonsense. LOL. This is literally the stupidest thing I've read today, and I stream live on the internet, so it has good competition. Either do the drip feed of 1 episode a week or let folks binge. This is nonsense. That's just utter nonsense. What are you doing? If you want to drip feed 1 episode a week, I actually like that. I think that harkens back to like the old school days of television watching and waiting in anticipation with your friends and oh my gosh, and oh, this is going to be what's going to happen, and theory crafting throughout the week. But letting me watch everything and then holding 2 episodes hostage for a whole month is stupid. What if the last 2 episodes are behind on post-production? Then just bump the show back. Maybe they can't afford to do that because they're in a freaking tailspin. You could still do week to week, Zubair. How many episodes are in the season? I mean, I guess I'll self-impose it at the risk of spoilers. When is the first episode hit? When's the first episode hit? May 27th. How many episodes are in a season? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. Yeah, they could just drip feed. I might have to self-impose a drip feed on myself. 1 episode a week, and then that way when that hits, I'm not sitting there chomping at the bit for the final 2 episodes. It's probably, what, like 10-ish? Yeah, I was thinking around 8 episodes. So yeah, I'm going to self-impose, hey, somebody ordered some coffee. That is a bag of dark, a bag of light roast, 2, the 7 slowa. Thank you so much. So Sven ordered, that's already printed. We need 1 more order of coffee to make it an even number. Help us make those even number orders, man. It helps us with the labels. And then let's get a couple more members, man. Thank you, Slowa. Thought I didn't count. You count, you son of a... Helps with spoilers, too. Are we not going to acknowledge that he just called us in chat stupid? I mean, Dan, if the shoe fits, I didn't call you stupid. I mean, if you are stupid, I mean, that's fine. I wasn't saying you guys in particular. I stream live on the internet, man. There's a lot of stupid things that get said every day. Have you seen some of the trolls that come in? I got called a Bible thumper today because I'm safe for work. Like, come on, bro. Anything is better than drip. Oh, I will fight you in the street on that every day of the week, Eugene. I think drip is what they need to start going to. Drip feed is the way. You can get 2 solid months out of people. What they should start shooting for, is 10 episodes so they get 3 months out of people. That's the way. You drip feed 1 episode a week, shoot for 10 to 12 episodes, you get 3 episodes. You get 3 months of subscription. It's a brilliant business strategy. I think it's better for your viewers. I think it's better for storytelling. Oh, it's perfect. It's friggin' perfect. Harkens back to the old school days of television. You can theory craft throughout the week with your friends. It builds hype. It builds this surge of interest. People are like, oh my gosh, everybody's talking about that show. It's super mysterious. They don't know what's going on. I don't have to worry about spoilers because there's only been 1 or 2 episodes. I'm going to dive in. I will always fight that drip is superior to binge. Drip is superior to binge. There it is. Rounding out those coffee orders. 3 bags of dark roast. 2. Oh, I know who this is. Team Dark Roast. Thank you, Zubair. Thank you, Zuby. I'll make sure the kids do some good pictures this time. You just got an order of coffee. Thank you. Guys, my daughter has said that if you order multiple bags, you get a drawing per bag. So her little hand's going to get tired. You guys are doing work today. Drip is the way. It's definitely better for subs. Yeah. Episode a week. That's what they should start doing, man. If you're going to create original content and you want to get the most out of it, you shoot for 10 episodes, maybe 12, 10 episodes, and then drip. And if you really want to squeeze a 4th month out, what you do is you do 10 episodes, and then you do a director and cast commentary episode like a month later. To really dangle that. Say, hey, in a month we're going to drop a director and cast commentary thing. Listen, you really want to get work done, Netflix? Hire me as a consultant, and I will help you figure out how to do live streaming, because what you really could do to squeeze the most out of these dadgum shows is have premium subscriptions that allow people to watch live streams of the show with cast and director commentary live, answering questions from the chat. You want to start generating more money? That's how you do it. Live streaming. That's it. Live streaming is a medium. There's so much money to be made. They could turn that ship around, man. They could turn that ship around. These are 3-year-old ideas I trotted out, and they just kept doing the same old, same old. Get in the live streaming. Get in the live streaming, Netflix. Get in the live streaming. Money to be made, man. All you gotta do is throw these people on, Zoom calls. Throw them on a freaking Zoom call and stream it. People would lose their dadgum minds. Oh my gosh. I can watch a live stream of the cast and they're going to be answering my questions. I'll pay for that premium pass to Stranger Things. I have a subscription, but this premium pass to Stranger Things, oh my gosh, they're going to send me Well, maybe not sending merch. That would be too expensive. They're going to give me all this access, all this extra stuff, and there's going to be live streams with the cast. This is great. You need a master's degree and less ideas to have those positions. I like an episode a week. I enjoy the anticipation. I've been loving Strange New Worlds one episode at a time. If I just binged, I wouldn't enjoy each episode as much. Yeah, my wife and I have gone to one episode a night with The Next Generation. Which, you know, sometimes we do too, right? Harry Styles releases new album, Harry's House. Does anybody else love him? I love him. I don't know. He's not quite Momoa for me, but I love him. I think he's great. I don't know. My wife was listening to music the other day and one of his songs came out. I was like, this is good stuff. It's like, he made the right choice. He did. He made the right choice. I'm starting to consider waiting until near the end of a season's run on a streaming service if they drip feed their episodes. I understand drip helps them, but I prefer binging. Listen, you can self-impose it too. You know, if you don't like week to week, then you can binge at the end. You can do that. You know, telling me to self-impose, you can self-impose. Exactly, just wait now. Yeah, but Eugene, you know the average consumer's not going to do that. Everybody wants to be in there first. Everybody wants to see things as they happen. Everybody wants to be a part of the action right there, right at the beginning. Except spoilers are harder to avoid. Yeah, spoilers and the FOMO, no, it wouldn't hurt him at all to do that. The first 8 minutes of Stranger Things, talk about drip feed. I thought it was bad. I got it a few months back and it was horrible. What are you talking about, Vapor? We got to look into getting me a different phone for the live streaming on TikTok so I can send the screen out to a monitor. I can never see what you guys are saying until it's too late. It's such pure old school Star Trek. It's giving me the feeling I had during Prime Next Generation and Deep Space Nine days. Zubair, I'm so glad to see you say that. I hope it's getting good response from Star Trek fans and gets a ton more seasons. I really do. I remember watching a trailer for it because they show them before we watched Next Generation for a while, and it gave me such a good feeling. I was like, this looks really good. Soundtrack felt good. The vibe felt right. And I was like, I hope they're not just hyping me up with a trailer. Shows now aren't the same. They're more like movies designed to binge. I mean, I won't disagree with that, but I don't know. Especially a show, I don't agree with you with Stranger Things, Eugene. I'll actually disagree with you on Stranger Things. Stranger Things harkens back to more like old school TV shows. Cliffhangers, moments at the end of every episode. No, they 100% could go week to week. Stranger Things is not like those, like the Marvel TV shows I could see maybe being like, nah, just binge them. Just binge them. Except for WandaVision. WandaVision was better week to week. But like, yeah, Loki, I could see people saying, no, just binge Loki. You don't need to go week to week. But Stranger Things is 100% the weaving theories and the mystery and the, oh my gosh, moments at the end of an episode. Oh, it's perfect for week to week. It's perfect for it. I was on the fence about Star Trek versus Star Wars show on radio, but Strange New Worlds put me over their edge. Star Trek's better than Star Wars easily. I would literally only pick Star Wars over Star Trek if you gave me like a poll. I would only do it because of the nostalgia. It's Star Trek is so much more consistent, such a bigger, longer standing piece of content, such a better content library, a far superior content library. Loki's what turned me off from Weekly and Wanda. Wanda was made for Weekly, but Loki wasn't. Wanda was perfect for Weekly because of the themes that changed every week. I thought that was perfect. And I don't think that you needed a ton of payoff. I thought Wanda was just a great experience of art. I thought it was a great artistic experience. I loved what they did with that show. Loki didn't need to be that way. Loki felt more like a movie broken into pieces. It literally felt like they made a Loki movie, you know, a 9-hour Loki movie, and they just broke it into pieces. But Wanda did not feel that way. Wanda was episodic and needed to be week to week. Yeah. No one will ever sway me on that. I thought Wanda was ambitious, courageous, creative, super challenging for the actors. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen, she is as adorable as a postcard, but she is mega talented. She is mind-blowingly talented. That show puts on her acting chops in a way that no other show could. You will never convince me that that was not absolutely stellar work that they did. You don't have to like it, but the work deserves at least respect. Picard is very story arc heavy as well as discovery. Brave New Worlds feels like the adventure of the week type series so far, with story arc thrown in. Yeah, season 3 of the Next Generation that we're in now. Oh no, we're in season 4. They're now doing the zeroing in on each character. They zeroed in on Picard. He went back and saw his brother. They zeroed in on Data. They zeroed in on my girl. I always had a huge crush on, no pun intended, Dr. Crusher. Redheads, man, watch out. But it just zeroed in on her. And who they zeroed in on, Wesley was kind of included in her episode, but it was mostly her. Oh, I've loved season 4. Season 4 has been just wonderful. I love zeroing in on each character. It's great. It's really, really good. It's really, really enjoyable. It's a great show. I think there's a place for both. There are shows that need to have a narrative driven toward every episode. Others can have the adventure of the week with maybe a little forward story progress. Family is one of the best episodes of that Next Generation. What episode is that? What season is that? Star Trek TNG family episode. Family. Oh, when he went back home. Yeah. That was great. Because there's the one with the Vulcan that really shows off how great of an actor Patrick Stewart is. And then Family really, really is like, if you have any doubts about this guy's acting chops, it's excellent. It's so good. It frustrates me instead of making me want to watch. Eugene, what I would say is the reason it frustrates you instead of making you want to watch, it's not a fault of the design. It's because you've changed as a consumer of entertainment. Entertainment has changed your expectations, right? Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a slam. I'm saying it makes your criticism of the design less compelling to me. It's like you've just changed as a consumer of entertainment because the entertainment delivery systems have changed so much that now you're like, this is bullshit. I should be able to watch this all right now, right? That's not an indictment of week to week. It isn't. It's a preference. It's a preference thing that you've gone through a metamorphosis as a consumer. So it's weak. It's very weak as an indictment of the delivery system because it's primarily based on your own personal metamorphosis as a consumer. No, I've not watched the German series Dark. Babylon 5 was the best storytelling I've ever seen in anything. Things paying off in Season 4 that were hinted at in Season 1. I loved how Q and the Borg showed up super early in the Next Generation, and then the plane finally lands end of Season 3. I always loved the Worf Klingon episodes. The respect the Klingons had for Picard as a human really showed how bad he was. I liked how much the Klingons liked Riker, too. They really respected Riker. I thought that was dope. I thought how Worf and him developed a bit of a friendship because of Riker being on that Klingon ship that one time. I thought that was super dope. I thought that was really well done. I love what they've done with Riker's character. I think he's great. When Picard spends a lifetime on a planet, gets married, has kids, and dies just to wake up after only a moment, my favorite. I've not seen that one. I've actually found I like week to week more now. I like binging and I like week to week. It just depends on the show. It depends on the show. If you're going to do the twisting, turning weirdness thing. WandaVision, Stranger Things, Lost. If you're going to have this winding mystery, I think week to week is fabulous because you're like, what is going on? What could be happening? And then you go talk about it with people. You don't get that. You miss that entirely. Like, that's such a great side piece attachment to the show. You don't get that when you just plow through 9 episodes. I wonder what's going on. Bloop. Let's find out. Oh, wow. I thought I knew what was going on. What's going on? Let's find out. Bloop. Next episode. That's just, no. You have anticipation as an emotional state for a reason. Like, did you watch the series that Jeff Goldblum did? He talked about the sneakers and he started talking about dopamine. He says dopamine's at its highest right before you open the thing, right? And so I feel like you're taking dopamine hits and you're blunting them. Instead of having this dopamine hit that builds in anticipation over a week of like, we're finally going to find out what happens, man. That guy pulled out a gun. He's got him at gunpoint. What's going to happen? Shoof, and then the show hits and you hit that high point of, you never get that because you're like, oh, man, I wonder what's going to happen. And your dopamine gets to like here. Bloop, next episode. Bloop, next episode. You're just in this really blunted rhythm of dopamine. I don't know. I don't want to overanalyze it, but I think you're robbing yourself. I really do. Not Eugene specifically. People that are like, I can only binge. It's like, if it's a mysterious show like Stranger Things or Lost or, oh, man, I wonder what's going on, week to week is awesome. If it's just like, I'm trying to think. If it just feels like a movie broken into 8 parts, then I agree with you. It's fine to just blast through. But certain shows, man, I don't know. I loved how Mandalorian made me feel like I was watching a classic Western, just week to week. Turn the telly on. It's time for Bonanza, you know? The payoff is never as good as the anticipation. But how much of that is related to the fact that you prefer binge? So your anticipation and expectations are, if you're going to make me wait week to week, you better blow my mind. And that's not possible for a week to week or that's not possible for a show. Like, that's not possible for 9 episodes, right? You can't have massive payoff every 50 minutes spread across 8 hours of show. So, like, you see what I'm saying? I think so much of it's wrapped up in expectations. It's not an indictment of the system itself. It's, well, if you're going to have 8 hours of a show and you're going to make me wait week to week 45 minutes, then that means every 49 minutes you better be blowing my mind. That's not possible in good storytelling. You can't do that. That was like in Prison Break. Prison Break got into that terrible flat tire of, we're going to do this thing. We need the green wrench and we need the yellow window to be open. And then what would happen? Where's the green wrench? The yellow window's locked. Every time. It was this big buildup, and then bloom, we're gonna have to regroup and rethink our plan of getting out. It just felt like a flat tire. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely think when you try and do that, like Prison Break tried to do that, like every 49 minutes they had to have this big buildup to then like kick the slats out from underneath of you. And you're like, this is stupid. Nothing's happening. I would agree with you when they do that. But I don't know. I think week to week has its place. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a quick restroom break. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't smashed the like button, do it. If you haven't become a member, hit join, little join button, !, join, or the membership button below. $5 a month. $5 a month, you get extra streams. There's one tonight. My wife and I will be playing a game. If we get enough members, we'll play. We're going to make her play Elden Ring. So consider becoming a member. Consider ordering coffee. We hardly ever run ads. That's why we have to really push membership, because that's how these live stream channels like ours stay alive. We don't do ads. I do ads when I step away. I'll be right back. TikTok, I'm going to shut the stream down. If you want to come watch me play Elden Ring, go to youtube.com/Reforge Gaming. youtube.com/Reforge Gaming if you want to come watch the live streams. If you're in the YouTube chat, don't go anywhere. I'll redirect you to the gameplay. We're going to continue my Elden Ring no summon run. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. That doesn't even equal a full muffin. Oh, yeah, they were good. They were good with my coffee. I might heat them up next time, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. What did CB4 say? That's good news. CB4, I just saw that too. That's good news. I'm not seeing him in chat. Oh, Norman Reedus just confirmed Death Stranding 2. No way, really? I really wish that game would have landed. Our viewership when we played it was just so bad. I was like, this isn't going to work. It was just so slow. It's so hard. I can't stream games that kill metrics. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's so difficult. Okay. It just feels like just a gigantic waste. It feels like a gigantic waste. Let's see. Let's get a tweet going. Elden Ring No Summon Run Part 8. I will redirect you guys. Don't forget, we are doing another episode of the Reforge Roundtable today as well. We'll be doing that after the gameplay. I am not playing Dolmen today. We should have a Dolmen first look for you, though. If Creature ever wakes up, I think he's sleeping. Okay. Was he in chat at all this morning? I don't know if he was. He hasn't responded to my DM, so he must be sleeping. He keeps... I played it last night and recorded a first look, but I'm not going to be playing it live on stream because it was just so bad. It was real bad. Enjoying learning a bit about Elden Ring. Elden Ring recently picked it up. Well, I'm going to be playing through my No Summon run here in just a second. I'll be playing through that in just a second. First time having a light roast in over a year. Let's see if I switch to Team Light Roast, says D-Tom. Light roast is good stuff. Property. Oh, it's listed lower. The HDMI 2 wasn't working. Okay. Let's do this. Cam border. Let's put it on our Elden Ring one. go. Okay. All right, I'm going to put a link in chat just in case redirect doesn't work. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. If you're watching the past broadcast, continuing with our Elden Ring No Summon run. This is part 8. We're near the Falling Star Beast. We'll be playing him. I'm probably going to spend right here at the beginning of the stream leveling up my club. I heard you're supposed to use a club on him. I might two-hand. I don't know. We'll see. Really enjoying this No Summon run. We're really trying to tone down the rage and the irritation, which is tough because we are doing a strength build, a melee build, and that can make it pretty tough in this game, especially when not doing any summoning, okay? Because I know I did a lot of summoning my first playthrough. TJ really beat sort of the back half of the game for me. And I'm going to bring over everybody through this morning. We talked about the Elden Ring player loss. It was a great